Top Chef, the reality competition cooking show. For over 15 years, she now champions her own show, Taste the Nation, which celebrates all of the culinary and cultural traditions that make up America. She was born in India, but she grew up in the United States and believes in the power of memorializing family recipes. Can you please join me in welcoming Padma Lakshmi?
Hi everybody, good afternoon. I want to thank you so much for sharing a part of your day with me, and I just have to tell you, seeing my book in all of your hands makes me so happy. I'm just filled with joy right now. This is the best part of being a writer, when you see all your readers enjoying the book that you've spent so much time on. So thank you for having me here today. Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise. I want you all to close your eyes. That's a good way to get your imagination going. So close your eyes. Everybody close their eyes. Just close them, as tightly as you can. I want you guys to relax. For those of you coming in, just come in and sit down quickly so you can also do this exercise with us. So I'm just going to have you keep your eyes closed, relax, get in a chill state. And I want you to imagine that you're coming home after a long trip with your families or your friends. And I want you to think about the food that you love eating that maybe you haven't been able to eat for a while because you've been on this trip. So put your mind in that place. Imagine that you've been away from home. Imagine that you're coming home. And think about your favorite meal or your favorite dish. How does that dish smell? How does it look? How does it sound? Does it make a crunching noise when you eat it? Does it make a plopping noise when you pour it? I want you to use as many of your senses. Is it something you pick up with your hands? Do you know how it feels? Do you eat with your hands? My family eats with our hands a lot at home. So I want you to think about this favorite meal and why it's special to you, and all the things about eating it that you love, but through your five senses, through what it feels like. And if you're using a knife and fork or a spoon, what is it? You can still have the sense of touch, right? How does it feel when you're chewing it, when it's in your mouth, when you're swallowing it? How does it taste? Is it warm? Is it cool? How does it sound when you chew or when you swallow? How does it smell?
Does everybody have a picture in their mind?
So, I travel a lot for my job, and I eat a lot of different foods from all over the world. And when I come home from work or travel, I just want something simple, something that's comforting, something that reminds me of my mom and my grandma and all the women in my family who made this for me over the years. And some of my uncles too, who made this for me. And it's a very simple bowl of lentils and rice, lentejas or tiki. And it's literally just white rice with a lentil stew on top of it. It may have a little butter in it, and it's often mixed with your hands. Often an older person in my family has mixed it for me in the bowl. with their hands and given it to me. And I know how that smells when it comes to me. I know what the frying noise is of the thing that goes on top of the lentils when they fry the curry leaves and the mustard seeds. I know the sound it makes when that hot oil hits warm lentils. And I know how it feels when a warm spoonful goes in my mouth and I swallow it. Those feelings are very deep for me because they make me feel close to my family and because they remind me of all the love that was put into that simple bowl of food. So we want to hear now some of your memories or some of your favorite meals. It can be anything from anywhere in your life. It just has to be important to you. The lentils and how I love the way they engage all my senses. Why is it important to have heirlooms? It's important to me because it makes me feel closer to some of my elders who I was really, really close to. My grandma helped my mom out a lot. And I was often sent back to my grandparents' house in India to study or to spend the summers just to give my mom a break. And I used to cook a lot. I used to sit on the floor in the kitchen and I would break the ends off of beans. I would shred potatoes or other vegetables with a box grater. You know, I would help her peel things. And I have a family heirloom. I have a tiny baby wok. I just use it to fry spices in oil. And it's just about this big. And it has two handles and it's really black because we've used it so much. And a funny thing about woks are that the more you use them, the better they get, the more seasoned they get. So you actually want them to become black from cooking and enjoying recipes. And that is one of my favorite heirlooms because my grandma died a few years ago during COVID, and I was super close to her. She was more like a second mom to me, and it was a really difficult thing for me to lose my grandma. And I think of her every day, but I especially love using that wok to fry spices because it makes me feel closer to her. I associate the memory of my grandma with those spices, with the curry leaves frying in the oil, with the mustard seeds popping like popcorn out of the oil. I associate that sound, that smell with my grandma so much, and even though she's not with me, it makes me feel a lot closer to her.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.